Gallagher kept his composure to clip it past McBrearty. United's second came 11 minutes from time. Loughry again found a gap, and he was in for his second of the day, 10th of the season. 2-0 United.
The Irish League opened the scoring after 8 minutes. The corner from Burrows, and Glenn Ferguson glanced home the header for his 14th goal of the season. After 48 minutes, the League of Ireland had a corner from the same spot, and when Paul Ozam's shot was blocked, came the best move of the match. Martin Russell in control. He took on the defence, fed Burrows, and when he pushed the ball inside to Candlish, what a finish this was by the Ballymena striker. A goal worthy of any stage. It capped a marvellous match for the Irish League, and 2-0 then, the final result.
United were awarded a penalty after just 10 minutes. The corner from New Candlish, handled on the line by Jackie Coulter. Paul Hardy took the kick, but Reggie Hillen guessed right to make the diving save. A short time later, United should have had another penalty. Fullback Michael Smith sent tumbling by Randall Morwood, but referee Cowie said no. United got their first in 25 minutes. Jason Gilmer fed left to Candlish, and his cross was met in spectacular fashion by Des Loughry. 7 minutes later, it was one each. As Carrick pressed, the ball fell to fullback Neil Cummings, and his half volley beat Damien Grant at the near post. That goal lifted Rangers, and they almost went in front, but Willie Murphy was denied by the reflexes of Grant. 6 minutes into the second half, Carrick did go ahead. Ken Thompson released Ian Coulter, and he raced clear to hammer the ball past Damien Grant. 2 minutes later, United almost equalised. Candlish and Loughry laid it on, but Hardy's overhead effort was beaten out by Hillen. In 71 minutes, it was 2-2. Michael Smith's free kick met by the unmarked Loughry, his 13th of the season. 2 minutes later, United went in front. Once again, Loughry was involved, providing the cross for substitute Bobby Carson to knock in his first of the season. But as United thought the 3 points were theirs, Carrick got a last-minute penalty. But Harry McConkey and Shane McQuillan jumped all over Rangers substitute Stuart McFarlane. Jackie Coulter stepped up, sent Grant the wrong way, and their delight at getting a point was plain to be seen.
3 points, but at the Oval, Glentoran were looking.
Showgrounds Linfield's title bid took a dive when they shared the points with United. However, it was the Dark Blues who took the lead in 5 minutes. Chance of the break on here for Lindsay Curry. Still going, Curry! And what a finish for the little fella who scores against his hometown club. Robert Craig. It's a good header, and it's in from Jason Gilmer. 12 minutes gone, it's one each. Robert Craig. Winger cuts inside. The 1-2 with Hardy. Here comes Craig. Blocked by the keeper. And that was Stephen Feedy with the clearance. Craig found Davy Smith. Good turn. Good ball. Candlish. Straight to Patterson. Curry confronted by Connolly. Curry still going, looks for McGahey. McGahey around the keeper. It's in the corner. It's through. Chance for the substitute. Moore, can he get in there? He's touched it off. Here comes Candlish. Neil Candlish. 2 minutes left, and it's all square.
Some good goals.
Moments finally got to play Oxford United Stars in the quarter-final, and in the end, the seniors were much too strong for the intermediate league side. The Stars of Oxford United may have been shot down, but they helped light up an entertaining cup tie. Indeed, they had an early chance when Chris McCallion brought a diving save from Damien Grant. However, it was United who got the early goal. Just 7 minutes gone when the cross from the Candlish eventually fell to Michael Smith, and the left footer flew in off the post. Oxford then had a great chance to equalise when McCallion set up Cormac O'Donnell, but his weak shot was blocked by Grant. United's second goal had a touch of good fortune for them, but only misfortune for Oxford's Sean Collett. His header sailing past keeper Gary Mathewson for an OG. Then Oxford reminded Ballymena it was far from over, when Grant had to get down quickly to save from David Deary. In 34 minutes, it was 3-0. Candlish made the break on the left, measured the cross, and Robert Craig hit the volley. His third goal in 2 games. Just into the second half, United almost had a fourth, but Jason Gilmer's toe poke was scooped away by keeper Mathewson. If the result wasn't in doubt, Oxford kept plugging away, and a lovely piece of skill here from O'Donnell forced Grant into a fine reflex save. 11 minutes from time, United did get their fourth. In the goalmouth scramble, Oxford couldn't clear, and Stephen Young's grounder beat Mathewson. 4-0 for Ballymena, and top scorer Neil Candlish realised their good start had helped them through.
Well, 3-0 up at half-time, I think, killed the game. The early goal is what we wanted, and Michael Smith provided it for us. And I think after that, the second one was a bit of a fluke, but they all count. And then the third one, I think, killed the game off with a spectacle. I've heard all the stories of Ballymena. They always have a good run in the cup, and like this year they're doing well. They won it in 89, so hopefully, you know, this is their year again. Thank you.
And it wasn't just Roy Coyle in the news this weekend, from Derry manager to former player but no relation Liam. Uncharacteristically, he squandered an early chance, and when Paul Hardy took advantage of a groggy and unconvincing Omagh defence, the holders were in trouble. It was soon dire straits, but Ballymena's second goal was hardly music to Omagh. Des Lockery, the scorer, punching the air not long after exchanging punches with teammate Neil Candlish. Disciplinary action is likely.
Ballymena retained their unblemished league record, defeating Carrick 2-1, and they can thank this man in particular, Jonathan Speake, for Saturday's success, here putting the home team ahead after 15 minutes. Carrick were unlucky not to score minutes later. A pinpoint cross by Sammy Shields, delightfully controlled by John McKee. He still must be wondering quite how he missed. Speake tormented the Carrick defence all afternoon, but found keeper Reggie Hillen in inspired form. He tried to score with his right foot. He tried to score with his left foot. He even tried to score with his head. But the breakthrough came after 57 minutes, a cheeky chip after a well-timed pass by Neil Candlish. Carrick, though, did dominate the second half and pulled a goal back. Seamus Duffy brought down Shields, and Jackie Coulter made no mistake from the spot.
And didn't feel that we're...
In that semi-final will be Ballymena, after their emphatic 2-0 victory over Distillery. A dreadful slip by keeper David Collins allowed Ballymena in for their first goal. Des Lockery rattled the woodwork, and Paul Hardy simply headed home. And 8 minutes later, Hardy was on target again. Jonathan Speake, twice scorer himself last Saturday, flicked a Lockery cross through. The bemused Distillery defence could only stand and watch. Another nasty tackle, however, somewhat marred the game. Tom McCracken's obviously watched Vinnie Jones's new video, sent off for this rather painful effort on Lockery. And after an off-the-ball incident, he was shortly followed by Ballymena's Stephen Young and his captain, Seamus Heath.
So there's the lineup for the...
Was there on Ballymena, Paul Hardy, who was married on Friday, postponing his honeymoon to open the scoring after only 2 minutes. Jonathan Speake made it 2-0 20 minutes later, an accurate Neil Candlish cross and his header wrong-footing keeper David Collins. Distillery did pull one back. Keeper Damien Grant's punch-out fell to Billy Totten. His shot rebounded to Philip Mitchell, who toe-poked the ball home. But straight from the restart, Candlish, whose contract at the showground expires very soon, proved that he can not only create opportunities, but score goals as well. And just before half-time, Candlish and Lockery combined again, this time Candlish the provider, and Lockery with an excellent finish.
Comes to 2-1 over Bell.
Second, Kildare took the lead with this free before...
Goal was a controversial one. Referee Freddie McKnight ruled that Darren McGill's touch to his keeper Damien Grant was intentional, and from the indirect free kick, Stephen Beattie somehow found a chink in the Ballymena wall. At the start of the second half, Linfield nearly made it 2. Ian McCusa's shot beating Grant, only to be denied by the post. Blues keeper Wesley Lamont had looked impenetrable all afternoon, and it took a blistering shot by Neil Candlish to find a way through. His curling effort off the post, and Des Lockery tapping in for his 8th goal of the season.
They hit Crusaders with this winning goal, Candlish with the free kick and Speake with the header. Ballymena kept up the pressure and should have scored when Stephen Stewart handled on the line. Penalty, but Loughry's spot kick brilliantly saved by Kevin McKeown. The gloss was taken off Ballymena's victory when Jonathan Speake was carried off after this horrendous tackle by Kirk Hunter. Hunter lucky to stay on the park.
At Windsor Park,
Totten has broken away to the right, but he tried the more direct route. And Connolly, and oh, so close from Totten. Well, it was a very, very bad back pass. And that is not a good ball, because here's Seamus Heath. And a real chance now for Distillery. 2 men in the penalty area. And it should be a goal. And my goodness, Dykes has missed it. But another chance through Totten. Can he make up for it? And Ballymena still can't clear it. Mitchell. Perhaps the last chance for the Whites at the end of this first half. John Kennedy plays it forward, and it goes towards Armstrong, and now Dykes. And here's Armstrong making space. Drake for the Whites. Towards Armstrong. And a pretty good turn by Armstrong. Good save by Grant. And now here's a real chance for Distillery. And so close again, and it's a goal kick, and Billy Totten was the man with the chance. He's taken off the ball, and it works to Ballymena's benefit. And here's Craig, and a chance for Ballymena.
Extra time yielded no goals, but controversy over the penalty shootout. Referee Freddie McKnight choosing the end where the Ballymena supporters were for the showdown. Distillery's first attempt saved by keeper Damien Grant to the delight of the Braid Brigade. Grant then smothered a rather faltering attempt by Billy Totten. United substitute Jason Gilmore hammering home the decider. 4-2 on penalties, Ballymena through to the final. In hockey, Cliftonville.
The signal from New Candlish confirms that he was the hat-trick hero, and the fans were more than ready to celebrate United's first win of 1993. United's first came from a penalty after Desi Edgar had made contact with Gregory Kearney. Some Glenavon folk upset by that decision, but after watching it in replay, I have to say the referee got it right. Candlish took the kick, and it was 1-0. It was 2 in 58 minutes. Glenavon made a mess of the clearance, and Candlish very cool with the finish. 11 minutes from time, United got another penalty. Shane McQuillan brought down by Robbie Back. The keeper wasn't sent off, and I'd agree with that. A penalty is punishment enough. Once again it was Candlish, and the cup holders were out at the first hurdle, 3-0 to United. At the Oval, the big game ended...
Elbow, and I think I could feel...
Cup tie, Cliftonville put Ballymena under considerable early pressure in the first half and were rewarded with a goal after 20 minutes. Mark Gill's shot taking a deflection to beat keeper Grant. Ballymena battled back in the second half. Jonathan Speake's cross to Philip Byrne for the equaliser. But it was Ballymena keeper Damien Grant who proved the hero of the hour in the end. In the penalty shootout, he pulled off 2 saves from Chris McCready and Mark Gill to book Ballymena a quarter-final place.
We had the showgrounds version of the Comedy Store, and there wasn't a straight man in sight for the first goal. Slapstick all the way, and Eddie Spears' own goal was the punchline. Well, the crowd were still chuckling when Ballymena scored their second, and it was hardly a classic either. Spears cleared off the line from Speake, and Darren McGill scored. Larne came back with 21 minutes to go. The old Wimbledon 1-2, long ball, mistake at the back, and finished by Tom McCourt, 2-1 to Ballymena.
First half to produce just 1 goal. An excellent cross from Sid Burrows in the 3rd minute, tucked away by Michael Cash. But Ballymena hit back in the 81st minute, substitute Des Loughry supplying the cross. Jonathan Speake unmarked with an emphatic equaliser. 1-1 the final score, Ballymena and Crusaders go through.
By Glentoran has signed a 2-year contract with Ballymena, and he will meet the players tomorrow night and then select a side to face his old team in the league on Saturday. So Jacko's back in, but...
After speaking to their chairman and their secretary and a few of their directors, they were very, very professional on their job as regarding getting me to come to their club. Hopefully I can do likewise to the playing staff and get them back on the rails again. They've done quite well this last 2 games, and the 3 games in the league they've won 2 and lost the other one, so hopefully I can keep that going.
There's been a lot of managerial movement this week. What do you think the reasons are for it?
I don't know. I'm not guilty. It's nothing to do with me. I've had my problems in the past, and it's unfortunate that this thing happens to managers, that they seem to get the scapegoats at this time. But it's the way football is, and people know what they're getting into at the time. And like myself, I'm in a 2-year contract now, and I hope to fulfill it.
Joining us
yards, depressing run continued